Hello, everyone. This is Lisa Andrus, Psychic Medium, and this is your weekly Oracle card reading for Monday, the 6th of January to Sunday, the 12th of January, 2014. And today I am using the Daily Guidance from Your Angels Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue. And what inspired me to do that today was that I was just asked by someone yesterday who had just read my book, Gifted, which is a guide for mediums, psychics, and intuitives. That I noted in the How to Do a Psychic Readings chapter, the best way to start is with Oracle cards. And if you have no idea what you're doing with Oracle cards, this is a fantastic deck to start with because it has the easy to interpret messages right on the cards. As always, I have pre-shuffled the deck, and when I draw these, I don't overthink it. I just go as I feel guided. The law of attraction brings you to certain cards, and I'm going to draw 3 cards for this coming week that will apply to anyone watching this reading or even me doing the reading. It applies to us all. Okay, so here I go. Okay, so this will be our Monday and Tuesday card. And this card is Release and Surrender. It says, we shower you with blessings of our radiant love. Open your arms and release the challenges that you've held tightly gripped within your hands. Open your hands, arms, and heart to our love and assistance. I'm hearing as I read this card, Release the Past. It's about, the fact that a lot of us are berating ourselves for some of our past decisions or mistakes, but there really are no mistakes. There's only lessons in life, lessons that help you grow, and in some instances, lessons that we chose before we came to this planet to help us and help our soul grow in our life purpose. Surrender to situations that are beyond your control. There are some things that you have absolutely no control over. And, God has heard all of your wishes. And just trust that and let go. Release all of those toxins within your body that you've taken either through anger or regret or whatever it might be. A great way to release some of our toxins is to take a sea salt bath. That would be through something that, you could find something like that at a Whole Foods or some sort of natural store. That helps us release the toxins from our body. So anything you feel guided to, whether it's just allowing yourself not to worry anymore. Go as you feel guided, but know that Monday and Tuesday might just feel like a time to go within and release and surrender all of our troubles, whether literal or within or otherwise, okay? So let's see what we have here for Wednesday, Thursday. It is acceptance. See yourself and others through the eyes of the angels with unconditional love and acceptance. In this way, you inspire and lift everyone to their highest potential. Okay. So right now, it's interesting because right now I'm hearing in this kind of the part of the serenity prayer, which is I have the wisdom to accept the things I cannot change, change the things I can accept, and the wisdom to know the difference, something to that effect. And I apologize if anybody knows that by rote and I got it slightly wrong, but it is still the principle that it's time to just accept that there are certain things and talents that we have and to stop denying them. So right away I'm hearing that for those of you that are denying that you're intuitive or psychic or a medium or an author or whatever you are, and I'm hearing especially for mediums that think they're not mediums but yet they see or sense dead people. I know that I fought that for a long time before I finally accepted it, and it felt just so much better when I decided to accept it. And, in that I learned to understand it and to help people in the process. And then, again, I had felt that I was an author my whole life, but I hadn't done what I felt guided to do, which was write a book. I mean, I didn't feel qualified. When I sat down to write Gifted, I thought, who the hell am I to be writing this to tell other people how to do this and how to use their gifts? I mean, I have other peers who are much more qualified for this, or teachers that have written books about this. Why should I do this? But I, at some point, just had to get out of the way and think, perhaps there's a way that I'm saying things that will help other people. You know, my personal style of things is I don't sugarcoat anything. And the book is not sugar-coated. It's, you know, to the point, and it may be short, but it's because it's to the point. And I just don't like putting a lot of fillers in things. I don't like reading things with a lot of fillers. So what I did was I attempted to create the book that I had wanted to read and hoped that it helped others. And now it is helping others, and I'm glad that I stepped forward to do that. You know, think of all the books and the other things that other people have created and how much maybe that it has helped you. Like for me, you know, one of my favorite teachers is Doreen Virtue. This is Doreen Virtue's deck. I love all the work that she's done, and I look up to her, but it didn't mean that I wasn't qualified to do my own work. One thing that Louise Hay says is, you know, there could be several people giving the same message, but we all have a different voice, and, you know, we may wake up or help other people that another voice, no matter how qualified they are, would help. So try to get out of your own way and just accept the situation as it is for what it is. And for some of us, that is really accepting our gifts. Okay? Now, for the weekend, we have family. And it says, the situation is rooted in an emotional experience with a family member, which we can help you to understand and heal. In your mind and heart, surround this person, yourself, and the experience with calming blue light and many angels. Be open to the gifts within the situation and allow yourself to feel peace. This is a message with a few layers. We've just gotten through the holidays, and that's a time where we're kind of sitting with our families, and some of us have dysfunctional families, and it can get really heavy. And this is a time to kind of, interestingly, release and surrender some of the binds that tie us. You know, as I, over the holidays, had a few things that I was uncomfortable with that happens, I just decided, you know what? Just deal with this the best way you can, and if you need to leave the situation, leave the situation, you know, if something gets uncomfortable. One of the best things I find as I grow older is that I realize I don't have to endure anything that is uncomfortable. Now, I know things are complicated sometimes with our families, but it is good to know that at least I have that choice no matter what I choose to do with it. You know, for me, there was some forgiveness in my past with one of my family members that I realized that once I stopped expecting the person to be who I thought they were going to be and just let them be who they were and didn't expect different, it kind of changed the situation and healed it a lot, because it gave us the freedom just to love each other then unconditionally, because when you expect someone to be something they're not, there's a condition placed on that, and that's, you know, it may be difficult for everybody. So this is a time for family, to heal family, to maybe feel better that you're not with your family any longer because it's strange for you to, you know, travel to another place and maybe spend a week with the family that you haven't lived with since you were young. And for some of us, this is an energy of a family that is to come. Some of you are building families or wanting to build families, and we have to trust that that is going to happen, even if we don't yet see how that is going to happen. And lastly, the message in this, I feel, is that there are many of us that have a special connection to children that can help children and families with children. For instance, I have one father that brings to me his young daughter who's also an indigo, and that's what my next book is about. If you have questions about that, I have a blog on it on my website, lisandris.com, but I digress. You know, she's a teenager and she's an indigo, and I think just felt confused, and I bumped into them once when I was out at an expo, and, you know, opened up some of the blocks that she'd been having by just telling her she's an indigo, and she had a label to put on it and was able to better understand it. And so that's a way that not only could I help that girl, but I can also help her family who haven't been able to help her, but they've found somewhat of a translator to help her at certain times. Because, being a child sometimes, especially if you're an indigo or if you're a light worker and you feel you have a bigger purpose, can be really frustrating. So, pay attention to the signs that you receive. But I must say, overall, it really looks to me like a week to heal and to kind of accept the good things that are to come and to accept the things that we are and the gifts that we have. I wish you all a wonderful week, and I will see you again next week.